You want money, which means you need clients, right? But unfortunately, clients don't always want to pay you what you're worth, and they might feel a little skeptical to know whether or not you can help them. So what can you do to avoid this cycle and guarantee that when you contact somebody, they want to buy from you and they want to work specifically from you? In this video, I'm going to be going over 3 things that I did in my English school over the last 6 years that helped me attract multiple new clients, understand what they want, and be able to sell my courses for practically any price that I want. And before I go into these specific strategies, I want you to take a look at these screenshots here. These are all from this week alone. I was able to sell over $3,000 worth of courses just this week. And that is really because of these 3 simple things that I'm going to be teaching you today. So let's jump in and not, postpone this anymore. The first thing that you need to do is actually get out there and start working with people. A lot of new business owners get very worried. They think my processes aren't great, I'm not going to know what I'm doing, my machine is not well oiled. But let me tell you something. People do not expect, if you are a new business owner, for you to have everything figured out. On the contrary, they're going to expect some hiccups, and in 90% of the cases that I see, most of the customers, they're cool with it as long as you resolve their issue and you take care of them. So don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Why do I say this? A lot of people spend a lot of time trying to figure out what people want without working with them. The turning point for my business was when I started teaching a girl in China, and she recommended her friend to me as well. I started teaching both of these students, and I've taught them now for the last 5 years, and honestly, their English skills are fantastic. During this time, I paid very close attention to what their parents wanted and didn't want.
You doctor yet?
No, Dad, I'm 12.
Talk to me when you doctor.
I was teaching their children, helping them to improve, but in the meantime, I was thinking ahead. What do I want to do with this student next? What do I want to do with this student next? And I started to pitch different things to their parents, starting with novel studies. One of my favorite novel studies to use with students is called Snot Stew. I pitched this to multiple parents, and the moment one said yes, I was like, let's move through this very slowly. And as I did, I started to pitch it to other parents and found, okay, I know what to say for this book now to make people want to purchase this novel study. This is a crucial step that a lot of people overlook in their business. You need to be contacting people and pitching your services, pitching new offers as often as possible so you can learn what people like and what they dislike. That is not the only thing you can do to attract people who want to work with you and actually sell your services. As a matter of fact, it's the beginning part, but this is just market research. If you want to know more strategies for that, check out this video. The second thing that you can do in order to attract your clients is to have a killer proposal. If you're not a strong writer, you probably should become one. If you write a proposal, it needs to be very thorough. It needs to very clearly outline the scope of your position. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? And what are the results that they are going to see? This is very basic, and it's not going to be as detailed as it needs to be if you're selling a course or a package for your services that costs $1,000. So if you want to learn a little bit more about that, check out what a copywriter does, because a lot of people think their business depends on copywriting, and to a certain extent it does, but it doesn't depend on direct response copywriting. Rather, it is everything else that's not direct response. So the proposal that I used to rake in $4,000 in this week alone, I'm going to link that in the comments below. If it's something you think might help you, go ahead, download it, and look at how I structured this. Look at everything that I said. I practically took away everyone's doubt, but I did it in a non-salesy manner. That is important because people want to know that you actually care about them, you take time to understand their needs, and then you can sell them the service. And when you do it this way, your proposal is absolutely going to be irresistible. So again, click the link in the comments below. If you do grab this, let me know in the comments below what you think about it. I would love to hear from you. And the third thing that you must do if you want to attract clients and extract their money from their wallets, like honey from bees, is you need to have a killer offer. And this might sound backwards.
Submit to my site kill at once. Nehuainak, Draub once, Ro Dels.
To some people, but you can't really get your offer unless you know what your clients want, and you can't really perfect that offer unless you're pitching to people with a proposal. So you kind of got to go in this order. Once you have a package that people love, you will know it is a package that people love because you can pitch it and it's going to be very simple for you to sell it. For me, my, little niche into this was selling writing courses to people that are in China. I help their children learn how to write English better, and I also study this. I include all of this in my proposal, but it also forms part of my package. The package is actually in the proposal, so if you get that bonus, you get to see what I offer and how I set that up. And it's actually very intelligent because I tell people what my cost per hour is, and then I recommend courses that are not necessarily within this time frame, and it works out to my benefit as well as theirs. So we leave on common ground and we are both feeling very, very good. That's what you need, a killer offer. And as you can see, it doesn't really come from anything other than working with people, figuring out what they want, figuring out how to write about it, and then
pitching it to them.
There you go. 3 super simple steps to getting clients in your business. Before you go, I want to tell you not to fall for anything you see online. If people are telling you that you can make $10,000 a month, practically overnight or within the next 30 days.
How are you going to make your first 10K per month on OnlyFans as a creator?
Take a look at these messages here. These are all from different people, from different businesses, but they are pitching the same thing. These people that are talking to you every single day on the internet are telling you big, fat, yes, fatter than me, lies. So make sure you do not fall for this because there is a lot, which I just explained in this process, that goes into figuring out what people want. That is how you get customers for your business. 3 super simple steps. Let me know in the comments what you guys think below. I'd love to hear from you. That is all for this week's video. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.